Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about how to create Facebook advertising that sells. So right here on my screen is where we all started with all of this. So where all of this started, I showed you marketing in big picture, and I told you that it's all about moving the prospect through the customer journey using channels and sales funnels. So today we want to focus on the Facebook ad channel, how to use Facebook to get our ideal customers to buy from us. How do we take them from total strangers, they don't know us, to seeing our ad for the first time, and then they become aware of us, and then to engaging with that ad, to give us their information, to buy from us, all of that process. So I'm gonna go here I'm gonna just show you a little presentation here that I've created for you, and it's called How to Create Facebook Advertising That Sells. Okay, so let's take a look. So how to create Facebook advertising that sells. Now I'm gonna walk you through this little diagram here, which is very, very important. I call it the fast slow method. So what do I mean by fast method? So there are two parts of the method. Okay, there's the fast part and there's the slow part, but today we're going to focus on the fast. So fast simply means for somebody who is a total stranger, they don't know you, you don't even know them, for them to start doing business with you, they need to find you. How did they find you? They find you by you putting out content that attracts them. So it starts by them finding you through your ad. So they see your ad for the first time, they become aware of you, they find you. So that's the first part of the process. The next part is that they get attracted to you. So they get engaged with you, with your content. So that stands for the A. So F stands for find you, A stands for you attract them to your content, you get them to engage with your content. S stands for subscribe, they give you their information, their personal information like email. And then T stands for try a product, they try your product. So and then the slow part is like a sequence. So S stands for sequence. You know, when people see your ad, or you ask them to subscribe to your lead magnet or whatever you're offering in exchange for their personal information, they're not going to do that the first time. Or if you're asking them to buy something, they're not going to buy. Most of them are not going to buy the first time. So you need a follow-up sequence. So S stands for sequence. And then L stands for loyalty. So when somebody, so let's assume that they buy from you. And then if you want them to buy even more, you have to take them through a sequence. Okay, so you need to be communicating with them constantly. And then you have loyalty. You have to create a system that makes them to want to do business with you repeatedly. And then you have offers. You have to show them different offers. You might show them an offer, they may be loyal to you. You show them an offer that doesn't fit them at that moment. You want to change another offer. You want to be flexible with your offers. You want to try different things. Okay, not just one offer, many offers. And then the final stage is that it gets to a point where it gets to marriage. They become very used to you. They want to do business with you. They become promoters. So let me take it again. So you have this sequence. So this SLO stands for relationship, and then W stands for win-win, which is marriage. At this point of marriage, they have your interest, you have their interest for very long term. They start doing business with you, they become promoters. But for the relationship part, you do that with sequences, with email automation, communicating with them. Loyalty, I'm going to explain how we do that. We do that with groups, Facebook groups, WhatsApp group, how we build a relationship, how we create that kind of family or community where people want to belong. And then we make offers, we test different, we talk to them. Because we talk to them very often, we know what they want. We can create new products and offers that they are excited about. So that is the process. But like I said, the slow part is not going to be my focus in this training. I'm going to focus more in this Facebook advertising training on the fast part. So how do you get them to find you? How do you get them to, how do you attract them to engage with you? How do they subscribe? How do you get them to subscribe? How do you get them to try your product? So now, like I said, they see your ad or your content, okay? And that's how they find you. Now, you attract them, they engage with you and are attracted to your content. They leave a comment, they read your blog, they like the video, they share, all of that is engagement. So that's the attract, that's the A part. And then you have subscribe, they opt in, they give you their email address and all of that. And then they try your product. So you have to offer them something of tremendous value, huge value for a low price. That's mostly the thing we call the tripwire offer. Now, I'm going to show you for different businesses what you can do. So if you are selling coaching or consulting, you can offer something of huge value for very low price for some people to buy. And then it helps them because it's a very low price. There's very little resistance. They can try your content. They can see that, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about. And then they can now offer to upgrade to buy a more expensive stuff. Now, if you are a consultant, you can also say, you know what, let's say you're a real estate agent. You can also ask them to book some time in your calendar to speak with you. And by speaking with you, spending like 20 minutes with you, asking them key questions, they can say, wow, because from the question this guy has asked me and from the way he structured the question, maybe he knows what he's talking about. So we call those free consultations. So it's not always about selling things to people, even though that is very important. But you can also get people to commit time, 45 minutes free consultation, 10 minutes free consultation. If they can commit the time, it means that they are really, really qualified. They want to really solve their problem and they see you as somebody who can solve their problem. If not, they wouldn't even spend 10, 45 minutes with you on a free consultation call. Now, if you are selling e-commerce, physical products, you may want to take some of your best products and give them for a tremendous discount, okay? So things that you normally sell for maybe $100, you want to give them maybe for $50, and in that case, you may not have any profit for that product. Maybe you usually make $50 profit for the product, but this time because they are new customers, you want to give them for at a price where you make very little or no profit at all, because you know these are total strangers. For them to trust you, they need to feel like you have their interest, and the way you do that is like you offer deep discounts, something that they themselves, they know that this thing is very expensive, but you are offering it at a price that attracts them to you and helps them to try your product. So those are the techniques. So you have to understand that if you want a system that will always take total strangers and convert them to first-time buyers or leads, this is the process. Now, how do you put this process in practice with your Facebook ads is what I'm going to be talking to you about, okay? So let me show you something here. I have something here called the FAST content grid, FAST method content grid. Now, like I told you, F stands for find you. So FAST method content grid. So how do you do this in practice? How do you go into Facebook Ads Manager and make all of this happen? Is what I want to show you here. So let's look at, so they find you, they engage, they become a lead, and they try a product. Now, you know, the mistake most people do is that they are trying to make all of these. So there are 4 stages here, right? Most people, they want to do all of these 4 stages with one ad or one campaign. That is why they spend a lot of money and people don't get to their offers. It's one of the reasons. Now, another reason is that they don't even know their ideal customer. So all of this starts with you knowing your ideal customer. Okay, so remember that image, right? Remember this image where you need to know this guy, your customer avatar. It's all about this guy. If you don't know this guy, how can you even move them through the value journey from aware to promoter? You cannot do that. You have to know who this guy is. So it starts with you knowing who this guy is and how to speak to them. Okay, once you figure that out, everything else becomes very easy. So let's assume that you know this guy. Okay, so if I were to work with you in a coaching session, in one of my higher programs where I focus on your business alone. I coach you one-on-one or in a small group, and I give you assignments and I tell you exactly what to do. The first place I will start is I'm going to talk to you to find out if you know your guy. If you know your ideal customer and what their problems are, you have to know their problems. You have to know their desires. You have to know their pain points. You have to know their frustration, their challenges. You have to know almost everything about them, because you cannot help somebody if you don't know them. So if you want to get somebody's attention, so let's assume that this person is on Facebook. They are enjoying their browsing around, checking things out, checking their friends and things like checking content and all of that, gossip and all of that. Okay, how do you get this person to stop what they are doing and then to get engaged with your content? The way you do that is that even though they are there relaxing, having a good time on Facebook, they have problems. And they have problems that are top of their mind, kind of problems. So for somebody who is like looking to grow their business, even though they are having that little moment to relax and to, maybe their problem is that they want to get more customers. So if their problem is they want to get more customers, if they see somebody who is talking about how to get more customers, they immediately get their attention. If they're in a relationship, they want to look for that ideal partner. If there's somebody that's talking about that, it gets their attention. But you have to talk in a way that grabs their attention immediately. Now, most of the time, before they even start listening to you, something has to first of all grab their attention. We call that a hook. So the way you do your videos, the first few seconds of the video, if you can do something a little bit dramatic that interrupts them, they call it pattern interrupt, or you do an image that is not very, very common. You have to do something that is not common, something that grabs their attention, something that captures attention. We call it a hook. So at the start of, if you are doing a video ad, at the first few seconds, you want to do something with the imagery and things like that that grabs their attention. So for me, for example, there are videos where I will just start the video by boxing, and then somebody says, why does this guy want to box my face? So now I get their attention. There are many ways you can do that. If you watch good advertiser, they always do something that will grab your attention. Some people will splash money. Money gets attention. So you want to get attention. If you don't get attention, you cannot speak to them. Once you get their attention, now you need to articulate the problem. So at the level of aware. So what I'm trying to say here is this. So remember, I said the mistake is that most people want to do all these 4 stages with one campaign. No. My method is that I break it into different campaigns. So I have campaigns that is only for awareness, that I want somebody to know that I exist. And then I have campaigns that are focused on engaging, getting people to engage with my content, to share, to like, and things like that. And then I have campaigns that are only focused on subscribe. Now, that doesn't mean that in my Find You campaign, I'll not have a call to action for them to subscribe. I do that here. I also do that here for them to subscribe. But at this point, if I want somebody to know me, if they don't subscribe the first time, it's not my problem. It's not a big problem, because I know that I have to retarget these people here who have known me but have not subscribed for them to subscribe. And then I don't just see somebody who is new and say, hey, try my product. I first of all at least try to move them to subscribe first. And then once they have subscribed, before I start showing them ads about trying my product. So for these people who have subscribed, I start showing them ads here about how to try my product. I offer them a tremendous value product for a very low price. So what I'm trying to say is that the strategy is to try to move people down the funnel gradually. So they find you, they are aware now. Okay, fine. The next focus is to get them to engage and then to get them to subscribe. And then once they have subscribed, the next focus is to get them to buy. So you see, we break down the process. So we have very different campaigns. So in my ad account, if I can show you that really fast, I have mostly 3 levels. So I have what I call top of funnel. So it's mostly awareness, top of funnel. How do I speak to somebody who's a total stranger who doesn't know me? My messaging is different. Okay, at that level, I mostly talk about the problems they are facing. Okay, and I know that if I talk about the problems, if I start with the problem, first of all, after I've gotten their attention, if I start with the problems and I describe the problem very well, they will say, you know what, this guy understands my problem. They will listen to me. Now, most of the time, they are very distracted. They will not listen to you. So I don't mind. I have to do many different type of ads at this stage, talking about the problem from different angles. The mere aspect of them seeing me so many times over a period of maybe 1 month or 2 weeks, someday they will say, you know what, this guy has been talking to me. I always see his ads. I wonder what he's talking about. Maybe let me just check him out. So if you just do one campaign, it will not work. You need many campaigns, and then you need many ads in those campaigns, and then you need many angles to talk about it, their problems in different ways. Because some people, you use certain words to describe their problems, it doesn't get their attention. You use another set of words, it gets their attention. So what will get attention of one person will not get attention for another person. So you have to try different angles to speak to these different people. Okay. So if I show you here, so you see that I have at the top of the funnel, like at the awareness stage, I call all of my campaigns there. I start them with the word TOP, top, means that they are total stranger. They are not seeing me. This is the first time they are seeing me. Now, middle here is somebody has already seen me at least once, and I'm retargeting them. I'm calling that middle. Now, if somebody has subscribed, okay, so they have subscribed, they are giving me their email, and they are now in my email list, I call that bottom, because they are now in my email list, and my focus now is to have them to buy something. So those are the 3 different type of campaigns. We call them top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. So the strategy is about creating different campaigns for these different levels and speaking to them in different ways. So I'm going to show you how we do that in practice. Now, at top of funnel, you want the prospect to say, I have a problem I'm trying to solve. I'm aware of the problem and I'm looking for ways to solve it. So you need to articulate their problem for them to say, yes, I have a problem I'm looking to solve. And the problem sounds exactly like how you are describing it. And in middle of funnel, now they are aware that, okay, somebody just spoke to me about my problem and they have a solution. Now that I know that I can solve this problem, I'm looking for the best way. So now at the middle of funnel, you are trying to retarget them, coming at the problem from different angles. So now at the middle of funnel, like I said, you have to come to the problem from different angles, right? So that now you get their attention, you get their trust. They feel like this person really understands the problem. He's talking about this thing from different angles. It really makes sense to me. I saw his ad the first time, I didn't subscribe, and then he described the problem in a different way, and then it was that particular video or that particular ad, that new ad that I saw that got my attention, because it made me to really understand that he understands my problem. So you see, it's different angles, coming from different angles, you see. So now once you have their, sorry guys, so now you want them, once they have subscribed, right, you want them to say, okay, I've got enough information to make a decision, and I know which solution fits my needs best. So, and I know that it's your solution. So that is where you ultimately want them to go. And then obviously you want them to say, you know what, I want to try your product. I want to give you money. I want to buy. So like I said, the error that most people make is that they try to do all of these stages, all of these 4 stages with one campaign. And so the campaign, the symptoms is that the campaign becomes very costly, because somebody just become aware of you and you're trying to get them to buy from you when they don't trust you yet. Instead of doing many ads, instead of breaking down things into different levels, like I showed you, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Instead of breaking it down into little layers and say, hey, you know what, and move them gradually, you are trying to do everything with just 1 or 2 campaigns. And that is why most people struggle with Facebook ads. And their ads are very costly, and people don't buy, and then they get discouraged, and then they shut it down. Okay? And they don't even understand the ideal customer very well. So until you know all of those things, until you understand that there are layers, until you understand the fast process, it will be difficult to create Facebook ads that work. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you going forward. Okay? So I hope you love this video. And if you love this video, trust me, what is coming next is going to completely blow your mind. So I look forward to seeing you in our next topic or in our next step on how to create Facebook advertising that sells. Thank you.